Hey, hey, hey. This is another training, and today's training is going to be on 311. So, this is going to be pretty quick. I feel like most of you all know what 311 is. But for those who don't, 311 is the N11 or is a N11 number, which is just a quick dial, right? Just kind of like 211, 411, 511, right? They just dial that number instead of the long number, and they'll get in contact with someone. So for 311, it's government services. All right. Now, here's the tricky part. Not all cities and counties have 311. All right. And the database is not intuitive with this information. Okay. It's kind of, but not really. Um, if you can remember that bigger cities will more than likely have a 311, you will be okay. But even if you can't remember that, I will show you how to find it and determine the difference. Now, here's another fact. All cities and counties will have some type of government services or public works. So if, say, a caller is calling from Abington or Washington County, well, Washington County is small, so they probably don't have a 311, but they will have government services or public works. Okay. So, in using my database, say I go and I look up Washington County, someone's like, hey, you know, uh, I need help with replacing my trash can, or there's a pothole in the road, or whatever the case might be. Then in my area in Washington County, then you're going to look at Washington County and give them the number to government services. Now, um, as you can see right here, it says government services, public works. You don't see anything that says 311 or anything of that sort. You can also, if you click on the referral, you'll notice that there's just that main long number. There's no such thing as 311. So you would tell them, you would give them that number, the long number, and not say dial 311. Okay. When in doubt, just give them the long number and just the listing phone number. Because at the end of the day, if you say dial 311 and they live in Washington County, well, guess what's going to happen? They're going to get a dial tone. They're going to get a do, 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 or whatever the case might be. It's not going to work for them. All right. Um, but in Richmond, if you identify the person's from Richmond City, not Richmond County, not Henrico, like places that are close. But if you once you identify that the person's in Richmond City, you can then tell them that they can contact 311. Now, here's another thing. Like if that person, sometimes I think it's like the cell phone or the landline, whatever the two, doesn't really work with 311. So if they say they tried 311 and it's not working, you want to give them that direct number, that main number, right? Which when you click on it, it will tell you that the main number is 646. Well, they have 646 6430, or the customer service number, which is 646 7000. Okay. You really want to focus on 646 7000. And you can see in the additional information section, it says call 311. So you know that this place has a 311, or 804 646 7000. Okay. Another thing that I want to notate is all 311s are different. Some 311s are very robust, right? So the 311 in Richmond, they're pretty great. They also partner with social services. So a lot of times, like if a caller calls in and they say, don't know what um, I don't know my social worker's name, you could then suggest that they call 311, right? But not all 311s do that. So it's important to know your stuff, right? It's important to read. When you have time off, go on the websites, call, like, and I've said this multiple times, call these agencies, figure out what they do. That's how I learned, right? So for the 311 in Richmond City, they do roadway, sidewalks, alley maintenance, paving programs, vacuum leaf programs, signs and signals, solid waste, fleet maintenance. And then if you go on their website, it gives you, or yeah, the website, it gives you some additional information. Okay. They can also, it looks like they can also go online, pay online, RVA 311, request for non-emergency city services online as well, which is pretty cool. I know that some other 311s have this same feature. Okay, so all right. So that's 311 in Richmond City. Let's look at another one. So again, like I said, not all cities have 311s, but I know for a fact that Virginia Beach has one. And this is just based off of me knowing the database, right? But you won't know that. But to determine whether this has a 311, you see it in the name. It says 311. If for sometimes they don't always say it on the title, so you'll have to click on it and it will say 311, you know? All right. And this one does a lot as well. It looks like they have online assistance. Let's see, utilities and public works, non-emergency assistance, and some of these 311s will also provide additional referrals. Now, I want to go all crazy and tell um, the person in need to call 311 for resources, but some of these agencies some of the 311s will provide them with a listing particular to that city or area. All right, so this one doesn't have much information on it, and it looks like there's a not found. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much information on here. I would just tell them to dial 311 for services. But usually, like I said, 311 will do like maintenance work, potholes, um, yeah, trash, if they need to replace their trash, if they need to know the schedule of, the trash, if there's a tree or something in the way, blocking the road, things of that sort. All right. So I also have, if anyone wants it, I do have this Word document that I have that basically shows the places that 311 is available. So that's Richmond, Alexandria, Hampton, Portsmouth, and Virginia Beach. Okay. Um, so you could use this if you want. I can send it out. That's not a big deal. For the other places that don't have 311, remember, if they don't have 311, then you just give them the number to Public Works or Government Services. Sometimes, every once in a blue moon, we won't have that number in our database. That means you can, because it's a government agency, you can go onto that county's website and give them the department that they're looking for. You just need to make sure that you notate it. Here's another thing. If the caller like knows who they need to call, like, so if they're like, I need to call Public Works or I need to call Government Services because of this, then that's an information call. But if the caller is saying that they need to know the schedule of the trash services, and maybe you ask, okay, do you know where to call, and you just need the number, and if they say no, then that's actually called a referral call. Okay, so if the caller and I do say this in one of my trainings, that if the caller does not know the agency, then it is a referral call. If the caller knows the agency, then it's an information call. So if they can say it by name, so if they can say, can I get Government Services or Public Works, so that I can reach out to them regarding my trash can or regarding a pothole or whatever the case might be, then again, you don't have to take all that information. Okay. All right. So as you can see, Henrico County, you don't see Public Works. Let's see. You see actually Public Works is right here, Henrico County, Department of Public Works. You can see that it's not a 311 number, but they do have the main number, the complaint line. They have different numbers depending on what the person is needing. So any which way, if you have any questions regarding 311, please let me know. I know it can get a little confusing. But again, define 311 in government in Public Works. It's going to be under Government Services. All right. Thank you for viewing and have a good one.